Solomon was the son of King David and Bathsheba, born into Israel's most important family. His birth was not just a matter of royal succession, but a moment that would shape the destiny of a nation. From the very beginning, Solomon's life was surrounded by stories of faith, courage, and the promise of greatness. King David, known for his bravery and devotion to God, united Israel and made Jerusalem its capital. He was a warrior, a poet, and a man after God's own heart. Under his leadership, Israel experienced peace and prosperity, and the city of Jerusalem became a symbol of hope and unity for the people. Bathsheba, wise and beautiful, played a key role in Solomon's life and future. She was not only a loving mother, but also a woman of great influence in the royal court. Her guidance and strength helped shape Solomon's character from a young age. Though Solomon had many siblings, God chose him for a special purpose, to be the next king. Among all the royal children, it was Solomon who was destined to inherit the throne, a choice that surprised many, but was guided by divine wisdom. Even as a boy, Solomon's gentle and thoughtful nature stood out. He was curious, compassionate, and always eager to learn, qualities that set him apart from his brothers and sisters. His parents saw in him the qualities of a great leader: kindness, intelligence, and justice. They nurtured his gifts, encouraging him to listen, to think deeply, and to care for others. Bathsheba taught Solomon the importance of faith and wisdom, shaping his character. She shared stories of their ancestors, lessons about trust in God and the value of making wise choices, even when faced with difficult decisions. Solomon's childhood was filled with learning from the best teachers and advisors. He studied languages, history, and the laws of Israel, gaining knowledge that would one day help him rule with fairness and understanding. He absorbed lessons about God's laws and Israel's history, preparing for the challenges ahead. These teachings were not just academic. They were the foundation of his faith and his vision for the future. These early teachings would guide Solomon as he faced the responsibilities of kingship. Every lesson, every story, and every moment of reflection helped him grow into the wise leader he would become. Little did he know, his wisdom would one day change the fate of a nation, and his legacy would be remembered for generations to come. Solomon's journey to the throne was far from straightforward. Born into the royal family, he grew up surrounded by the intrigues and expectations of palace life, always aware that his future was uncertain and that the path to kingship would be filled with challenges. As King David grew old and his health declined, the royal court became a place of tension and uncertainty. Advisors and elders debated fiercely over who should inherit the throne, each with their own loyalties and ambitions. Many in the court favored Solomon's older brothers, who were seen as more experienced and had already built alliances among the nobles. The question of succession threatened to divide the kingdom. But Bathsheba, Solomon's mother, and the wise prophet Nathan understood that God had chosen Solomon for a special purpose. They worked together quietly and carefully to ensure that David's true wishes would be honored. Bathsheba approached the aging king, reminding him of the promise he had made to her, that Solomon would be his successor. Her courage and determination played a crucial role in shaping the future of Israel. With the support of Nathan and the priest Zadok, Solomon was anointed king in a sacred ceremony. This public act, witnessed by many, affirmed his divine right to rule and marked the beginning of a new era for Israel. The people of Israel rejoiced, filling the streets of Jerusalem with music, dance, and celebration. There was hope in the air, a hope that Solomon would bring wisdom, justice, and peace to the land. Yet, not everyone welcomed Solomon's rise. He faced opposition from those who felt overlooked or threatened by his new authority. Through it all, Solomon relied on his faith, his mother's unwavering support, and the guidance of those loyal to him. As king, Solomon honored his father David's legacy, seeking to unite the tribes of Israel and heal old divisions. He understood the weight of the crown and the responsibility it carried. Solomon listened carefully to the elders, valued their wisdom, and often withdrew in solitude to pray for guidance. He knew that true strength came from humility and seeking God's will. Above all, Solomon understood that true leadership meant serving his people with compassion and integrity, always striving to follow God's ways and lead Israel into a time of prosperity and peace. One quiet night, as the stars shone over Jerusalem, God appeared to Solomon in a vivid and mysterious dream. The young king, still early in his reign, found himself in the presence of the divine, surrounded by a sense of awe and wonder. In this sacred vision, God spoke to Solomon, offering him anything his heart desired: riches, long life, victory over his enemies, or any other blessing he could imagine. But instead of asking for wealth, power, or fame, Solomon humbly requested wisdom and understanding so that he could govern his people with justice and compassion, making wise decisions for their well-being. God was deeply pleased with Solomon's selfless request. Because he asked for wisdom rather than personal gain, God granted him unmatched wisdom and also blessed him with great wealth and honor beyond any other king of his time. From that moment on, Solomon became famous throughout the land for his wise and fair judgments, earning the respect and admiration of his people. People from distant kingdoms and faraway lands journeyed to Jerusalem, eager to witness Solomon's wisdom firsthand and to seek his guidance in their own disputes and challenges. Solomon treasured wisdom above all earthly treasures, using it to solve the most difficult problems, bring justice to his people, and create harmony in his kingdom. His humble request revealed his true character, a leader who sought understanding, fairness, and the well-being of his people above his own desires. The gift of wisdom shaped Solomon's reign, bringing peace, prosperity, and unity to Israel, and making his kingdom a beacon of hope and justice. Solomon's wisdom became a guiding light, not only for his people during his lifetime, but for countless generations to come, inspiring leaders and seekers of truth throughout history. One famous story tells of two mothers claiming the same baby. Solomon proposed dividing the child, revealing the true mother by her compassion. This judgment amazed everyone and proved his deep understanding of human nature. Solomon's wisdom extended beyond the courtroom. He built alliances and secured peace for Israel. Treaties with neighboring lands brought stability and growth. His reputation spread far and wide, drawing rulers from other nations to seek his counsel. Solomon's wisdom benefited not only Israel, but also fostered peace with other nations. His legacy as a wise king inspired admiration across the world. Solomon's greatest achievement was building the temple in Jerusalem, fulfilling his father David's dream. He gathered the finest materials and thousands of workers to create a magnificent place of worship. The temple became a symbol of Israel's faith and Solomon's devotion to God. At its dedication, Solomon prayed for God's blessing and for the temple to be a house of prayer for all. The celebration was filled with music, joy, and thanksgiving. The temple became the spiritual heart of Israel, drawing people closer to God. Solomon's commitment to building the temple showed his dedication to faith and his people. This legacy of worship and devotion lasted for generations. Solomon's wisdom brought Israel prosperity and fame. Trade flourished, and his kingdom enjoyed peace and abundance. The Queen of Sheba visited, bringing gifts and testing Solomon with difficult questions. Impressed by his wisdom and the splendor of his court, she praised Solomon and the God of Israel. Their meeting strengthened ties and brought even more prosperity to both nations. Solomon's wealth and reputation were unmatched, but he remembered his wisdom was a gift from God. He used his riches to benefit his people and honor God. Solomon's reign became a golden age for Israel. Solomon was also a gifted writer, authoring Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, and the Song of Solomon. His Proverbs taught wisdom and justice, while Ecclesiastes reflected on life's meaning and the importance of knowing God. The Song of Solomon celebrated love and life's blessings. Solomon's writings have inspired generations with their insight and depth. In his later years, however, Solomon's heart turned from God. He married many foreign wives who led him to worship other gods, weakening his faithfulness. This disobedience brought trouble to his family and kingdom. Solomon's story warns that even the wise can falter if they stray from their faith. Solomon's many marriages led him astray, angering God and resulting in the division of his kingdom. After his death, Israel split into two, leading to conflict and decline. Solomon's life is a reminder that wisdom and success are gifts to be used faithfully. His legacy is complex, a wise and powerful king who made lasting mistakes. True wisdom comes from honoring God and living by his ways. Solomon's story encourages us to seek wisdom, remain faithful, and cherish our blessings. His life stands as both an inspiration and a caution for generations to come.